Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Andrew and this is the ExtraAmo channel. Today we're going to be talking about my Sig Cross Sawtooth. Let's get started. Okay, we're set up at 100 yards. I'm going to fire 5 rounds and see how this thing shoots. Let's go see how I did. So for this particular rifle, I wanted something that was lightweight, bolt action, could be suppressed, and would fire a caliber that didn't require me to, take out a second mortgage on my house. So this guy is in 308. It is, like I mentioned, the Sawtooth version, which is a 16-inch proof research barrel. I've got the PTR Vent 1 suppressor on it, and a Vortex Razor LHT, I believe it's called, for an optic. MDT bipod. Oh, and of course, the 100 Concepts scope covers, because if I don't have an anti-reflective device on it, somebody might see me or something. Beyond that, I put on a little sticky 2-round shell holder because I thought it looked cool. And well, let's see. What have we got? All right. So I am shooting some Sig, they call it Elite Marksman ammunition today. And if we accept that maybe Andrew's a little nervous because he's on the internet and that one there is perhaps a pull, that's a pretty darn good group at 100 yards. So I guess it shoots pretty well. All right, everyone. Now we're going to see if Andrew can remember how to shoot off a barricade. Let's see how it goes. Oh. I knocked the target over. Okay, guys, like I mentioned before, I'm running this Sig Sauer Marksman Elite 308 Winchester 175 grain. And it's got enough pop to completely knock over my steel target down there. So we had to go for another steel target that sits a little bit lower. So I might have to shoot through some shrubbery. So we'll be able to test if this is a good brush caliber. Huh? All right, let's do it. All right. Oh. Oh. Nice. All right, so let's break it down from the top to the bottom here. Firstly, like I mentioned, PTR Vent 1 suppressor. 30 caliber, I believe it's made of titanium. It is very lightweight, which works with this build, because that was kind of my point. Interesting new technology PTR is using. They call it purposely induced porosity. It is like a titanium foam that a lot of the gas is vented through. So again, this is a low back pressure, flow-through-like design. But in however it works in venting those gases, it seems like by the time they hit the atmosphere, they're a heck of a lot less loud than any of my other 308 guns. So I've been very, very happy with the performance on this guy. Moving backwards, I've got the MDT GRND-POD, is I believe how this one's pronounced. It's, I would say, more the introductory level of their bipods. And I've been very, very happy with it, especially at the price point it comes in at. Though I will say, I've got a couple of these, and this one I've had to tighten like a couple times throughout the day. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'll keep an eye on it as I continue shooting it. Moving back here, we've got a green handguard and chassis. This is the special edition Sig Cross, the Sawtooth, which comes in this cool green color and does have the 16-inch Proof Research barrel that is carbon fiber wrapped. So I didn't do that. It came like that, and as we saw with the groups earlier, it obviously does a fine job of maintaining accuracy, at least for the number of rounds I was shooting. Moving back here, I have the Vortex Razor HD LHT 4.5 to 22 by 50 scope and a pair of Vortex Precision rings. I went with this guy because this is, I think it's the LHT line, is their lightweight scope line. And if you haven't detected a theme here, I wanted to keep this as lightweight as possible while, you know, having a good magnification range. I've been pretty happy with this scope so far, though the button for actuating the like illumination is just like a weird like rubberized press button, and I don't know that that's going to hold up. It doesn't really feel tactile or quality to me. I did put the 100 Concepts anti-reflection device and scope caps on here. Honestly, the anti-reflection device thing's kind of cool, but I've yet to find a brand of scope cap that I really like that keeps things off the lens, that doesn't have some drawback. I know a lot of people like the Tenebrex style, which is, I think, what comes on like a Night Force. But I've found that they'll like flip up and block if I've got like a top optic, or I got to flip them to the side, which I kind of hate because it makes the gun wider and you can like bang into them when you're moving around, or have them flip down, which I've always thought looked terrible. So I like these simply because they're easy to use scope caps that are super low profile. And I get to be a cool guy with the anti-reflective. No one's going to see me. No glare and all that. Like I mentioned before, I put this on. This is from Amazon. It holds 2 rounds. I really haven't been using it much today. It's kind of silly. I just thought it looked cool. Back here, we've got the stock that comes on it. It is fine in terms of functionality until you go to adjust it. I had, off camera, quite a few issues trying to shorten it and lengthen it throughout the day. I'm one of those people who likes to run the stock a little bit longer when I'm prone than when I'm doing other stuff. So I like to be able to adjust it quickly, and mine just, it sort of sticks here. I tighten it, and then I press the thing, and I really got to yank on it, and then it's gone too many clicks. This does take your standard, what is it, AICS magazines, so you can get the Magpul ones, 5, 10, and maybe even more than that. And I think that about covers it on what I have added and what I've done to this. Final thoughts, definitely shoots well, at least in limited groups. I think if I were to put tons and tons of rounds through this, the barrel would heat up fairly quickly, and I would then have you know, a group that opened up on me. But for the number of rounds that I would use hunting or even limited range use, this is really cool. That Sig ammo is obviously, well, it hits my still targets hard enough, but it does the job too in terms of accuracy. So overall, I've been fairly impressed, and well, I just like it. Okay. So in closing, I've been Andrew, this is the ExtraAmo channel, and thank you for coming to my lead talk. You know, someone once said to me, just now, in fact, that because this is a hunting gun setup, I should get a shot of shooting it freehand. So let's see what that's like. All right. Happy now?